Hello family, I hope you're all well. This will be, in this video I'm just trying to look into the case of this little girl. It has been, it's on the news, all over the news today, and yesterday I watched this video of Sister Hatun where she explains how brutally they killed her, and she has the reports that she has bite marks, burn marks and stuff. I'm not going to go into more details because I know I'm going to start crying. It's really sad, and I want to look into it, like what could be the cause of it. So basically it comes through the culture and religion, I would say, because in other cultures they don't think children as a gift of God that you have to care for, look after, and then like when you go back to heaven, you could return back to God. Like you bring your children with you to the heaven, like you've guided them and they're here. So you return them back to God because they're a gift of God. They're not treated that way. Children are treated as a property. So like you own them and you can do anything you want with them. It comes from two things. First is like it's a really big belief that the heaven is under the feet of a mother. It's a hadith, you can Google it. Then Muhammad said that if it was allowed to prostrate in front of anyone, he would say that women should prostrate to men. Can you imagine what it will do to the ego of a man? If heaven is under the feet of women and women can prostrate in front of a man, be like this. So if you feel that way, and if you think that way, that you own the woman, you own the children, then that's why you would do these horrendous crimes. And it's not just this one, unfortunately. This is around the world. And you can see here, if there is 13 cases, if there is 14 cases, it would be one man and 13 of them would be women. And if you see in terms of religion, where's the highest number of it? And the statistic here, that they were killed by their own family member. All the orange is where your own family members are the reason of your death. And that's why it's never ending. When I saw the sister's report, it says like there was negligence in part of school, in part of the neighbors. Like the neighbors hear the cries, but they didn't complain. I said just like if sometimes it's hard to know. I have children, like they would cry the same way for a lollipop or if they got hurt. So it's hard to know. But if a 10-year-old child is screaming and crying, you should report it to the police. Because if it's a 1 or 2-year-old, it's hard to know. They're babies, they always cry. But if a 10-year-old child is crying, it definitely needs to be reported. So keep your eyes out. Secondly, I really hope this video gets shared to the people who can make some changes. That, in the schools, they are teaching them about the sex education. And they have like 4 points of contact. Like you shouldn't keep there is a difference between secret and a surprise. Like if a creepy uncle is telling you this is a secret between us, it's not a secret. You need to tell your teacher. You need to tell a PE teacher, or you need to tell somebody in the class like this. There is like teacher helper. So they have 4 points of contact. Like what if the teacher is a creep? So she could report someone else. They should teach them about the domestic violence as well. I'm sure, because in her case, this had been going on for a really long time and she was scared to tell anyone. So if you educate the children that if you tell us, we will keep you safe, you're not going to go back to that person. Because the father must have told her, like, if you tell anyone, I will kill you. And she was so scared that she didn't tell anyone. It's been years of abuse after finally reached to the point that he killed her. And I'm just saying, like, where is the real mother? I know about the stepmother. Where is the real mother? Is she alive or is she dead? And if the real mother is dead, my guess is like the guy could have done it to her as well. I can't believe that he just one day wake up and he is abusive. He was abusive towards her as well. Maybe police can look into that. I'm just speculating at the moment. But if this person is not normal and he could kill his own child, like what would he do to the mother of the child? And maybe he hated her and she reminded her of her. And that's why he would get so crazy to torture her that way, to burn her, to bite her. And oh my God, like, it's really, really bad. I wish we had the same system like France has, like you're not allowed to wear religious clothes in the school. That would help, because suddenly out of the blue she started wearing this hijab. This is not because she became religious, it's because she wanted to cover the marks. I think teachers should be allowed to do health and safety. If a child is wearing hijab, they should be allowed to check it if there is any bruises on her body, and then they should take action against it. Because my fear is that it's not the only case. Because the concept in the third world country is like parents own their children. They will beat them, they'll force them. A lot of marriages, you will see the divorce rate if you speak to them. The reason would be like their parents force them to marry somebody in the family, force them to marry their cousins. They're not allowed to make their own decisions. Because the ownership comes. If you own an object, you can do anything to it. I have faced some in my own life as well. Like my mother is like, I am Muslim, so you have to follow my religion. And I'm like, no. Have to be. But thank God in my case, I'm adult and I can stand for myself. And I'm in a position where I can stop it. But if you're a child and if you have not grown, then that mentality can be deadly. So if you have children around you, and if you can see, please report it, because let's stop this. And I will be discussing in my children's school that they should teach them about the domestic violence, and they should have a point of contact, and the children should feel safe enough that if they go to school, they could speak to someone and tell what they are going through. So they could be safe, so we could save someone's life. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.